mythology. Have you ever wondered what a myth is? I had some vague ideas and, thought they were stories or had some deeper meaning, but I wasn't really sure. So I did some research and I put this video together. So I'm going to talk about what a myth is, what it deals with, and what its purpose is. Okay, let's go. What is a myth? A myth is kind of a funny word, in that on one hand it can allude to some great mystery or some transcendental truth, and on the other hand it can be something totally made up and untrue. I suppose it depends on your frame of reference. But for this video, let's focus on the first definition. So I'm going to lean heavily on the wisdom of Joesph Campbell, who was one of America's leading lights on the subject of comparative mythology. And particularly I've referenced the transcripts of the interviews he did in the late 1980s with Bill Moyers, which became the 6-part PBS series, The Power of Myth. I highly recommend this series. It's wonderful. Okay, so what is a myth? The simplest way of looking at a myth is they are stories of wisdom, and they talk about how to live in a heart-centered way. And the characters in myths are usually gods or supernatural beings. And what is a god? Well, Joesph Campbell says a god is a personification of a motivating power or value system that functions in human life and in the universe. So what does that mean? Well, say you have a power like creation or destruction. Creation or destruction function in the universe, and they also function in your life. And Hindu tradition personifies those powers as the god Shiva. So basically it's taking those powers and personifying them in a being that we can recognize and talk about. So Shiva is the god of creation and destruction. And you can create and destroy, so those god powers flow through you too. So really, a myth alludes to the spiritual power and potential within you. Myths say that the same power that animates you animates the whole world, animates the whole universe. And that's pretty amazing. So what do myths deal with? They deal with a person's navigation through life. So from dependency to adulthood, to marriage, to maturity, and back to dependency again, and to one's death and exit. They also deal with how you relate to the natural world, of which you're a part, and how you relate to yourself, your society, and the global community, of which you're also a part, and how you relate to the cosmos and to the energy underpinning all life. And you're a part of that too. They show you how to harmonize with all of these elements and also what happens when those elements are in conflict. But ultimately, myths exist to put you in accord with all these things. Where do myths come from? Myths arise when someone goes on a spiritual journey or has a dream that produces a realization or a revelation that is then expressed in symbolic form. So in a story, all of the characters and situations are symbols that allude to the realization or revelation that is being brought to light. What's the difference between mythology and religion? Myths have to do with the wisdom of life as it relates to the culture that created them. Religions are value or belief systems that tend to have moral components that are concerned with right and wrong, what to do, what not to do. Myths often support or are associated with religions in that the mythological stories convey the religion's values or beliefs. What functions do myths serve? According to Joesph Campbell, they serve 4 functions. The first is mystical. They open you up to experiencing awe before the mystery, to realizing what a wonder the universe is, what a wonder you are, what a wonder another is, and to realizing that this mystery that you come in contact with through the conditions of your world underlies all beings and all things. The second is cosmological. It's seeing the shape and ways and whys of the universe in such a way that the mystery still comes through. It's understanding the way the world works, but also realizing that we don't know everything or have all the answers. The third is sociological. Myths support and validate the social order of the society that created them. And the fourth is pedagogical. They show us how to live a good human life under any circumstances. They orient us, teach us, and guide us. And what is this mystery, you ask? It's the recognition of an undefinable, inconceivable power or energy that is the source, the beginning, the end, and the support of all life, all things, and all beings in this and all universes. Harmonizing ourselves with this power, this energy, and recognizing that we are a part of it and it is a part of us, and that through it all things and all beings are connected and aspects of a single source, that is the transcendence that mythology wishes to awaken in us. I hope you found that helpful and maybe even insightful. If you have any questions about mythology or any mythological stories that you'd like to hear, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.